In this video, let's discuss about HTML5 validations in Angular forms. So to understand how validations work, let's set all values to null so that we can start with an empty form. So let's set all these values to null. Okay. So whenever I load the page, it should display null. That means it should not display any value. Previously we were displaying all these values by default on our Angular form, right? So I don't want to display any values on my form when it loads, so that we can understand how validations work. So now I have set all these values to null. We need to make use of ng native validate directive, which will allow the browser to validate each control. So let's flip to template driven form component.html. Inside this we have form tag. Here we need to specify ng native validate. Okay, this directive we need to specify over here. What is the use of this ng native validate directive is, this will allow the browser to validate each control of our form, right? Okay, by using this directive we need to specify what kind of validations, what kind of HTML5 validations we want to perform on our form. So on our input tag, what we'll do is, let's specify required over here. Okay, and let's save the changes. Now if we execute npm space start, so this will compile our project. It's getting compiled. So once it's compiled successfully, if you observe the web page, that is our local host, here is the name field, right, in our form. What I am going to do is, I will not enter anything, I will just click on register button. So what will happen, a validation message will get displayed here. Please fill in this field. This is the validation message which will get if you are going to specify required for input field. Whenever we specify required over here, it means that this field should be filled at any cost before submitting this form. That's what it means. This is one of the validation which we can use. The other one which we can use is, suppose we want to specify a particular pattern for our field. For example, what we will do is, let's specify the pattern over here. Pattern equals, suppose I want to start my name with h followed by any characters, h dot star. I will save the changes. Now if you observe the web page, the name field, I specify some other characters and I click on register button. It will show the message as, please match the format requested. So what is the format we have specified over here for the pattern? It should start with h. So unless we provide starting with h for the name, for example if I give Harsha here, it will allow to submit. But if I specify any other name, any other text in this field other than starting with h, then what will happen? It will not allow. Click on register, it will not allow. But in this case I am using h starting. Suppose if I use some other characters, I click on register button, please match the requested format, validation message will appear over here. This is the use of pattern. So we can provide any regular expression over here, by numbers, by characters, how many characters, everything we can specify over here, any regular expression, so that this field should match that regular expression pattern. Okay. So next validation which we want to see is, suppose I want to limit this field characters to specified length. For example, I want minimum length of this field to be 3 characters. Then I can specify by using min length, okay, validation, that is when min length equals 3. Now if I save, if you observe over here, if I specify a single character and I click on register button, see, you can see the validation message here. Please lengthen this text to 3 characters or more. You are currently using 1 character. Since we are giving min length equals 3, it is mandatory for us to enter at least 3 characters for this field, or else it will not allow to submit. Similarly, we can specify max length. Max length equals, for example, 5 I am specifying here. I will save the changes. Now if you observe, min length we have provided 3 and max length we have provided 5. Suppose if I am entering more than 5, okay. If you observe here, I am entering more than 5, but it is limiting me to enter only 5 characters. Max is 5. More than 5 I cannot enter. That is the use of max length. If we are specifying max length as 6, then we can enter at max of 6 characters for this field. More than that we cannot enter. Okay. That is the use of max length. Now suppose this is in case of characters. In case my field, the name field I want to enter is character. Suppose I want to specify numbers over here. Then we can validate the numbers by making use of type. Okay, we need to specify type equals number. Okay, this should specify as this input field will take as number. Okay, and I want to specify what is the minimum value for this number. For example, min equals 3, for example, I will give, and max equals, I will specify 5000. Okay, I will save the changes. Now if I give 2 value and click on register, it will display the validation messages. Value must be greater than or equal to 3. Why greater than or equal to 3? Because we have specified minimum value as 3. So less than 3 it will not allow. So only if it is equal to 3 or more than 3 it is allowing. That is use of this min. Suppose I want to limit this number to maximum 5000. That we can specify here. For example, I am giving value 6000 over here and I click on register button. What will happen? Validation message will be displayed. Value must be less than or equal to 5000. It will only allow range between 3 to 5000 in this case. So whatever we want to specify value for this field, the number should lie between 3 to 5000. If it is less than 3, it will not allow. If it is more than 5000 also, it will not allow. So these are very simple HTML5 validations which we can use on our Angular forms by making use of ng native validate directive provided by Angular. In the next video, let's understand about CSS validations, how we can perform on our form. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please like, comment and share this video, and kindly subscribe to my channel in order to watch more videos.